moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing.
What'd they do to him? Because there's a lot of speculation out there, but nobody, I mean, I've heard things, but what did they really do to him?
It's no surprise that the entertainment world has been buzzing lately, and if you thought you'd seen it all, think again. The scandal involving Sean Diddy Combs has taken a turn so shocking that even the most seasoned Hollywood insiders are left speechless. Imagine this, a courtroom packed with lawyers, journalists, and spectators, all holding their breaths as an explosive video is played. One that might just unravel everything we thought we knew about one of the most influential figures in music. And at the center of this storm, none other than global superstar Justin Bieber. The layers of this drama are enough to make anyone's head spin, and we're here to break it all down.
It was just an escape for me. I was just young, like everybody in the industry and people in the world who experiment and do.
Let's rewind for a moment to set the scene. Sean Diddy Combs, once a celebrated titan in the music industry, is now facing a barrage of troubling allegations, including accusations tied to a network of illicit activities that have sent shockwaves through Hollywood. It has been a relentless cascade of one revelation after another, with each new detail painting a darker picture of what might have been happening behind the glitz and glamour of his empire. But it wasn't until recently, during a tense courtroom session, that things got truly jaw-dropping, and Justin Bieber's name entered the conversation in a way no one saw coming.
Yeah, first time I smoked. I don't suggest this, but I was 13. Maybe, 13, 12 or 13.
So here's what went down. The courtroom was packed, a mix of legal teams, reporters, and curious onlookers who had been following the case from the start. Everyone was on edge, waiting for what was rumored to be a pivotal moment in the trial. And then it happened. Diddy's legal team was blindsided when a piece of video evidence was introduced, a clip that had been lurking in the shadows of the internet for years but had never been taken seriously until now. The video, which was apparently filmed during the early days of Justin Bieber's career, brought the courtroom to a standstill. It was one of those moments where you could hear a pin drop. This clip, reportedly from Bieber's teenage years, showed a much younger Justin spending time with Diddy during what was described as a 48-hour mentorship experience. At first glance, the video might seem harmless, just a rising star hanging out with a music mogul. But as the details of the footage unfolded, it became clear that this wasn't just a trip down memory lane. In the video, Diddy can be seen speaking to the camera, saying things like, "He's with me for 48 hours and we're doing things that we can't really talk about." Now imagine hearing that in a courtroom where Diddy is already under scrutiny for deeply troubling allegations. Chilling, right?
Right.
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
The video goes on to show moments that, in hindsight, have left many fans and critics raising their eyebrows. There's Diddy gifting Bieber a car, yes, a luxury vehicle, as part of what seemed to be a grand gesture, but one that now feels strangely transactional. And then there's the cryptic comment from Diddy himself, telling Justin not to talk about what goes on with Big Brother Puff. That line, once dismissed as just playful banter, now carries a weight that's impossible to ignore given the current context. It's no wonder the courtroom was buzzing with whispers as the video played. But what's even more unsettling is the emotional toll this has clearly taken on Justin Bieber. While he hasn't spoken publicly about the situation, insiders close to the star have hinted that this has been a deeply challenging time for him. Imagine having to relive moments from your past, moments you might have buried or even misunderstood at the time, now being dissected in a courtroom for the world to see. It's no secret that Justin has faced his fair share of struggles over the years, from public outbursts to mental health battles, but this takes things to another level entirely.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Fans have been quick to rally around Bieber, flooding social media with messages of support and concern. "Hollywood did you so wrong. Keep your head up high," one fan wrote, echoing the sentiments of thousands who believe that Justin, as a young star, was thrust into an industry that didn't protect him the way it should have. The resurfacing of this video has also reignited conversations about the pressures and vulnerabilities of young talents in the entertainment world. How many other stars, people wonder, might have similar stories hidden in their past? And then there's the silence from Bieber's camp, which has only fueled speculation. Why hasn't Justin commented on the allegations against Diddy or addressed the resurfaced video? Some argue that he's choosing to stay out of the legal battle entirely, focusing instead on his family and personal life. Others believe that his silence speaks volumes, a quiet acknowledgement of the weight these revelations carry. Either way, the lack of a public statement has kept fans and critics alike in a state of suspense, waiting to see if and when Justin might break his silence.
Coming out, it's so funny what's happening with Diddy because this was inevitable.
Meanwhile, the media frenzy surrounding the case has been relentless. Every major outlet has covered the story with headlines dissecting every detail of the courtroom drama. The video evidence has become a focal point, with analysts debating its significance and what it might mean for the case against Diddy. Some have even suggested that this could be a turning point, not just for the trial, but for the entire entertainment industry. After all, if someone as high profile as Justin Bieber could be swept up in something like this, who's to say it hasn't happened to others?
It's getting hot. Yeah, it absolutely is. Another layer to this story, Anne-Marie. A federal investigation into Combs has been ongoing, but he has not been charged with a crime.
What makes this even more complex is the ripple effect it's having on Diddy's relationships with other celebrities. Justin Bieber wasn't the only young star in Diddy's orbit during his rise to fame. Usher, another music icon, has also spoken about his time with Diddy, recounting experiences that, in light of recent events, are raising even more questions. It's as if every piece of the puzzle is falling into place, but instead of providing clarity, it's only deepening the mystery.
His independence to then becoming Puff Daddy, you know what I'm saying? And I got a front row seat looking at that. Thank God that I had that experience.
The courtroom drama has also sparked debates about accountability in the music industry. Who knew what and when? And why did it take this long for these allegations to come to light? For now, those questions remain unanswered. But one thing is clear, the impact of this scandal is far-reaching, and it's not going away anytime soon. As the trial continues, all eyes are on Justin Bieber, wondering how he'll navigate this storm and what it might mean for his future.
I hate to say that. I hate to say that because I really like Justin Bieber. I feel bad for Justin Bieber. And this is when that happened.
And so as we move from the courtroom to the broader implications of this case, the story only grows more complex. Justin Bieber's connection to Diddy is just one thread in a much larger web of relationships and revelations. Could there be others with similar experiences? And if so, what does that say about the culture of the entertainment industry as a whole? One thing's for sure, this is a story that's far from over. Stay tuned.
We'll take Justin Bieber. A grown man take Justin Bieber when he was young to a vacation, a romantic vacation, showing pictures on the Instagram.
It's as if the story couldn't get any more shocking, but here we are, peeling back another layer of this tangled web. If you've been gripping onto the edge of your seat, hold on tighter, because the connections between Justin Bieber, Usher, and other stars linked to Sean Diddy Combs are raising even more questions. What started as a courtroom revelation has spiraled into a full-fledged investigation into the relationships and dynamics that shaped some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. And the picture being painted, let's just say it's far from glamorous.
You mentioned L.A. Reid sent you to New York and you live with P. Diddy. They call it Flavor Camp.
Flavor Camp, yeah.
So what was that experience like and how did that help Usher's career?
Let's talk about Justin Bieber's connection to Usher for a moment. The two have always been seen as close, a mentor-mentee relationship that appeared to be a shining example of how a young star could navigate the rocky waters of fame with the guidance of someone who'd been there before. But now, with the resurfacing of old footage and new allegations, that bond is being viewed under a much harsher light. Usher, who played a pivotal role in introducing Bieber to the world, is now being scrutinized for his own ties to Diddy. It's no secret that Usher spent time with Diddy during the early days of his career. But the stories emerging from that period are enough to make anyone uncomfortable. Back in the 1990s, Usher was sent to live with Diddy as part of what was described as a mentorship opportunity. At the time, Usher was just breaking into the music scene, and the arrangement was framed as a way for him to learn the ropes from one of the industry's most successful figures. But what did he really learn during that time? In a resurfaced interview, Usher himself described the experience as wild and crazy, hinting at things he witnessed that he didn't fully understand. He admitted to seeing things that were curious and unexpected, and while he didn't go into detail, the ambiguity of his words has left many wondering what exactly went on during his stay with Diddy.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
In fact, Usher's comments about his time with Diddy have taken on a whole new meaning in light of the recent allegations. For years, fans brushed off his remarks as exaggerated or playful, but now, they're being revisited with an unsettling sense of urgency. For instance, Usher once joked during an interview that he wouldn't send his own children to a similar camp with Diddy, At the time, it came across as a harmless quip, but now it feels like a veiled warning, a subtle hint that there was more to the story than he was willing to share. And then there's Diddy's own behavior during that period. Reports suggest that his interactions with Usher weren't just about music and mentorship. There are rumors of lavish parties and extravagant getaways, events that Usher was allegedly exposed to at a very young age. While these claims remain unverified, they've been enough to spark widespread speculation about the nature of Diddy's influence on the young star. And let's not forget the role of Usher's label at the time, which reportedly encouraged the arrangement despite the obvious red flags. It raises a critical question: how much responsibility falls on the industry itself for enabling these situations?
I think, I don't think I would be the artist that I am today without the experiences that I had in New York City.
But Usher isn't the only connection here. The web of relationships surrounding Diddy is vast, and as more details come to light, it's becoming clear that Justin Bieber's experience might not be an isolated incident. In fact, some are beginning to draw parallels between Bieber's early career and Usher's, noting the similarities in how both stars were introduced to Diddy's inner circle. Could it be that the same patterns repeated themselves years apart? And if so, what does that say about the culture of the music industry?
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
Adding fuel to the fire are the rumors of other alleged victims, individuals who have yet to come forward but are believed to have had similar experiences. Whispers of high-profile names being linked to Diddy's infamous gatherings are circulating, with fans and critics alike speculating about who might be next to speak out. The entertainment world has always had its secrets, but this scandal feels different. It's as though a curtain is being pulled back, revealing a side of the industry that many would prefer to keep hidden.
And we are getting word that that these accusers could soon testify in front of a grand jury in New York, and that one accuser is from Detroit.
One of the most talked about aspects of this case is the so-called white parties that Diddy was known for hosting. These events, which were once the epitome of Hollywood glamour, are now being viewed in a much darker light. Photos and stories from these parties have resurfaced, showing A-list celebrities mingling in an atmosphere of extravagance and exclusivity. At the time, the parties were celebrated as a testament to Diddy's success and influence. But now, they're being scrutinized for what might have been happening behind closed doors. Take, for example, Khloe Kardashian's casual mention of attending one of these events during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She described the party as wild and unlike anything she'd ever seen, even hinting at some questionable behavior. While her comments were likely meant to be lighthearted, they've taken on a new weight in the context of the current allegations. Fans are now analyzing every word, every detail, searching for clues about what might have been going on at these gatherings.
Sure, Justin Bieber has been getting this out in different ways. You could see it in his music and just what he's been trying to say without saying.
And what about the other celebrities who were regulars at these events? Names like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and even Ashton Kutcher have been thrown into the mix, with some suggesting that their connections to Diddy might eventually come under scrutiny. While there's no evidence to suggest that these stars were involved in any wrongdoing, their presence at Diddy's parties has led to a wave of speculation. Could they have known about the allegations? And if so, why didn't they speak up? The ripple effect of this scandal is enormous, extending far beyond Diddy himself. It's forcing the music industry to confront some uncomfortable truths about its culture and practices. For years, there's been a sense that certain behaviors were overlooked or even accepted in the name of success. But now, with these allegations coming to light, the industry is being forced to reckon with its past. The question is, will this lead to real change, or will it be just another scandal that fades away with time?
Did in fact occur, their argument is more than likely going to be that this activity was consensual, that this person was a willing participant, and not only that, but that these individuals assumed the risk of being present at those parties, of engaging and voluntarily engaging in the conduct and being in those spaces, consuming alcohol and things of that nature.
As for Justin Bieber, his future remains uncertain. While he's stayed silent on the allegations, the impact on his career and personal life is undeniable. Fans are rallying around him, but there's a sense that he's facing a long road ahead. How do you move forward when your past is being dissected in such a public way? And what does it mean for his relationships with those who were involved in his rise to fame? And then there's Usher, who finds himself caught in the middle of this growing storm. While he's yet to make a public statement about the allegations, his past comments and experiences are being re-examined with fresh eyes. Will he choose to speak out and share his side of the story? Or will he, like Bieber, opt for silence? Either way, his connection to Diddy is now under a microscope, and the revelations could have far-reaching consequences for his career.
Stevie J, the Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man.
As the scandal continues to unfold, one thing is clear. This is a story that's far from over. The connections between Diddy, Bieber, Usher, and others are just the beginning. With each new detail that emerges, the stakes get higher and the questions get bigger. Who else might come forward? What other secrets could be revealed? And, perhaps most importantly, what does this mean for the future of the entertainment industry? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and see if we can unravel this intriguing celebrity mystery together. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity gossip and intriguing stories. Until next time.